your mama's favorite podcast and the number one unknown podcast in the world. As you can see, studio's under construction.
We are under construction, baby.
And they probably think like we laid this out, like just so like you can see we're under construction. This is literally how it was when we set everything up.
Yep. Hey.
It's ruining Fred's day that we're doing this right now.
My OCD is going crazy. But like Dylan said, document the fucking process, man. This is a journey. We're going to look back on this. I cannot believe how much of your coffee you've drank.
I've been drinking it while you've been setting up the cameras, to be
fair.
Okay.
But yeah, document the process. When he said, like, we're going to look back on this one day, or essentially this is what he was saying, is when we're looking back at it one day, we're going to appreciate documenting it because, again, it ain't perfect what we do, and things change, people change, and we show that shit, baby.
We literally say document, don't create all the time, and then we get so caught up on actually creating. Where, like, I just told you while we were setting up, I just got a memory from 3 years ago of, like, ring lights and one camera in your old apartment and us sitting on a bench. Like,
wild.
We talk about that. We talk about us having books stacked up with cameras on them, but we never showed that shit. It's like people didn't actually get to see it. Now you get to see it.
Yeah.
And where we're going is about to be next level. I feel really good about the energy that's going to come out of the studio.
Fuck yeah, baby. Yeah, and the new studio, new house. It's weird. Somebody asked me, they were like, does it feel real? And I was like, it feels, how did I say it? Like something along the lines of like, it feels amazing, but doesn't feel real. Like, it's just wild to think that this is now mi casa, and welcoming my mom and Ed into it over the last week, having you and Tone over. Like, it's just so cool to have something that's mine, man.
Dude, this is going to be your first house as a married man. This is going to be where you probably start a family. Like, there's going to be a lot of shit that happens in this house. It's a first.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, really cool. Very blessed too. And just, again, very grateful. We can kind of roll into it since we addressed the new studio, and I wish you guys could see what the other stuff looks like and how some of these cameras are set up.
We actually can, because I'm doing a vlog.
Oh, perfect.
So I could drop it in, or you know what? Go watch my vlog, bitch.
Yeah, there we go. Watch the vlog to see what the other side of the room looks like. But yeah, man, like I was saying, it's a really big blessing. It feels really good. And over the last like month, I've told you numerous times how overwhelmed I felt, and I just felt like life was constantly pushing me down and trying to drown me, but the level. But
I was like, I'm gonna move this.
That life was constantly drowning me and trying to push me underwater, but I was staying afloat. And when we were leaving the old house to come to this one for the last time, I was driving by myself, had no music going, and I was like, oh, put up my camera, and I made a daily drive-by about just like we ask as humans so much. We ask God for so much stuff. We ask so much from other people. We ask so much from ourselves. And we're always like, I want this. I want this. It's a dream of mine. It's a dream to get married. It's a dream to, get a dog one day. It's a dream to have a house one day. It's a dream to have a nice car. It's like all these things are dreams that we ask for. God, I want this. Or you talk to yourself and you're like, man, I want this. I want this. And then we get it. And we forget that like we were once dreaming of what we're going to get or what we did end up getting. And so I look at all these things going on in my life, and, I got the house that we do. I have a great job. We have a great relationship. I got an amazing dog. We're getting married at a beautiful venue. We have a honeymoon that we're planning, and it's overwhelming. There's different emotions that come in. There's different tasks that have to get done. Some things fall to the wayside naturally, even if the intent is there to get everything done. But, at the end of a 15-hour day, you're like, fuck, I need to go to bed. And so when I was driving, I just had this realization, and I'm like, dude, everything that is going on right now, every single thing that I'm struggling with, every single thing that's weighing on me, every single thing that's trying to fucking put me under that water so I can't breathe anymore, is all of the blessings that I've asked for, all of the blessings that I said that I wanted, all of the things. And I'm achieving so much in this year, 2026, that it's a great feeling. It was an overwhelming feeling. But I was like, dude, you cannot ask to fucking eat, and then when the feast gets brought out to you, be like, oh, it's too much food. I can't handle this. It's like, no, like you have been asking for all of this stuff. You have achieved it. You're accomplishing it. You're making it happen. And God is telling you, like, here it is, dude. And then I'm going to sit here and be like, oh, it's too much to handle. And so then it led to an extent of like, no, fuck that. Like everybody who's made it did not say, oh my God, it's too overwhelming. Like they might have, but guess what? They were still working on the things. They were still doing the things. And so I was telling you this, the first day you came over and we were looking at the studio, what vibes do we want? We're chat GPTing, we're looking up different things like
Trying Claude.
Trying Claude did not succeed.
I don't know what my guy was on that day. He must have fucking mailed it in. My guy was on PTO.
Yeah. And so I was telling you that, like, man, don't ask for all of these things. And then when they come, just be like, I can't handle it or it's too much, because eventually they're going to stop coming. And so the realization that I had is like, no, you got to double and triple down. You got to make sure you're sticking to the things that you say you are. Like it's almost like I was entering another vortex of like that next chapter. Like I elevated again in life. And I felt that numerous times throughout my life. Graduating college, locking in the first job, moving to Texas, like that felt like a vortex where it was like, I never thought I was going to do this. There would be certain things that like happened back home as like a childhood, and I went through this vortex, and it's all these different accomplishments that I've achieved. And this is one of them. And I'm like, dude, this is my life now. Like, this is awesome. My life was already awesome as it was, but this is so cool that all these things that I've wanted are happening. Now it's like, all right, you're going to stop here and let it overweigh you, overpower you? Or are you going to take this to be like, this is going to new heights. I'm going to new heights. My friends are going to new heights. Like, because I do, like, we do these things in life. And if you have good friends around you, if you have good people around you, like, hopefully I'm inspiring our friends. Hopefully Matt's inspiring our friends. Hopefully Jared's inspiring our friends. Yeah, we have a house. Hopefully it inspires you and Mandy and Tone. And then it's like the promotions as well. Like you just said, you got a promotion. It's like, fuck yeah. Like all of these things should be encouraging to the people that you surround yourself with, not things that somebody looks at you and is like, oh my God, like, can they afford this? Can they do this? Why'd they move here? Like all those different things. And I think that we have such a good friend group that, you know, these accomplishments that we have in life do elevate everybody as a whole around us.
Do you think that you're finally at a point where the next time you accomplish something like this, where it's like, I never thought I'd get here, that you'll finally be like, I expected this? Like, do you think that there's a point where that's going to happen?
I said in my daily drive-by that I did that I now fully see what everybody saw in me growing up. And I talked about it when my dad passed away. I talked about it throughout life, where I never, ever, ever, ever thought that I could do anything. I would do things and everybody would be like, oh, you're great at this, keep going. Or they would be like your charisma or your personality or your drive, whatever. But I never saw that within myself. So when I looked in the mirror, I was like, they said I could graduate college. I can't fucking do that. They said that I could get a job. I never thought I could do that. Like different things. Like they said that I would make the basketball team. I never thought I could do that. Like those little moments, because I, again, never believed in myself.
The basketball team one surprises me.
I didn't have the self-confidence. I didn't have the belief in myself. But through life and going through all of these different things, I now see that version of Freddy. And I think now that I see that, it's going to continue to get more and more dangerous because, yeah, everybody's like, oh, you're going to live in this house so long. In my head, I'm like, I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts, but we're going up, baby. And again, what does up look like? I'm not talking bigger and this and that, but maybe it's on the water next because we want to live on the water. Maybe like there's those different things. And so I think now that I see that version of myself and I truly believe that I can achieve and accomplish anything that I want in life, I think the next couple wins might be like, yep.
Yeah, I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think like once you have that confidence, they kind of come easier. It's like once you do so many things, because I was the same way as you, like everybody can say something. And even
self-deprecation, that's the word that I was looking for that you bring up a lot.
If you know me, then you know I love a good beer, but I also like waking up early to train. That's where Athletic Brewing Company comes into play. Athletic makes award-winning non-alcoholic craft beer that tastes like the real thing because it is the real thing, just without the alcohol. These are for people who train hard, who chase goals, who live active, but still appreciate cracking open something cold at the end of the day. And here's what we love most. Choosing Athletic isn't about removing something, it's about keeping everything that matters. Flavor, ritual, social moments, and still being able to perform tomorrow. So if you want a beer that fits your lifestyle instead of fighting against it, hit up Athletic Brewing Co. and use code Dylan20 for 20% off your first order. Back to the show.
Quick pause to shout out one of the brands we've been repping lately, Optic Nerve. If you spend time running, grinding outside, or just living life in motion, these are the kind of shades that work. Optic Nerve has been around for over 4 decades, building sunglasses that blend real performance and clean style. The polarized lenses deliver 100% UV protection, cut glare, and keep your vision sharp, whether you're hitting a morning run, midday errands, or winding down after. We use this because for us, it's not just about looking good. It's about practicality and comfort. So if you're tired of cheap shades that don't hold up, hit up Optic Nerve. Go to opticnerve.com and grab you a pair today. Use code DTI at checkout and you'll get 20% off. Back to the show.
Even if I can see it, I don't necessarily like I can do things, and I talk a lot of shit on this podcast about being superhuman, but like it's all like unreal to me, and that's why I don't ever really know how to like describe the feeling, because I really like don't expect it to happen until it happens. But dude, my wife is on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, and I don't know where she got this delusional confidence, but like she goes into everything just expecting it to happen. And she's like, that's why like if something doesn't happen, it rocks me a little harder, because like I go into everything expecting like to win. She's like, any competition I expect to win, anything like I expect it to go the way I think it's gonna go. I'm like, how the hell do I unlock that part of my brain? Being with her definitely helps. It definitely helps to unlock it, because she like says stuff like that to me all the time. Like she is probably like the one who speaks the most life in me. I'm like, damn, I don't even know if I could do this, but I mean, if you think I can, and you know you can, let's do it. But it's crazy. Like, I do think you're right though. Like, the next couple wins are gonna be like, yeah, and that's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, because it's even like work. They were like, oh, in order to get promoted here, you got to work here for 2 years, and you got to blah blah blah. Fucking did that shit before that happened. And so it's just all those little things are like hitting that nail a little bit harder. Yeah. And when you can realize that, because I think too, a lot of people do beat themselves up. We're our biggest critic. We're our harshest this. We're all of those things as humans. But like you think of fucking Picasso, you think of Babe Ruth, you think of Michael Jordan, you think of all these people who had those setbacks, who had those failures. I think they said that Picasso created like 100,000 pieces of art.
I don't think he was even famous when he died.
No. And he's remembered by like 50 of them or something like that. And then Albert Einstein creating hundreds of thousands of inventions, and he's known for like 2 of them. And so it really is having that delusional confidence that does not come naturally to most people, that you can do it because, bro, we can.
But I want to be very clear. You have to have more than just a delusional confidence, because the one thing that we do have, if we don't have that, is that we're both going to work our ass off.
Yeah.
And you can't pray for something and just expect it to happen. You have to do the work. Everybody, this is a biblical term, faith without works is dead. And like everybody takes it as like, oh, I need to do things to be a good person. No, it means like whatever you pray for, you also have to work toward it. Like he's not just going to give you something because you want it. Like you still have to take that step forward, even though you're unsure if it's going to work out or not.
Yeah. And I think one of the biggest things too, like thinking of this conversation, which I've had with myself in a different verbiage, but thinking of this now as we're talking out loud, I had to hit rock fucking bottom in order to start seeing that glimpse. Because when I was in Dallas, that I talk about all the time, where I didn't want to be here, I was numb in my body, I didn't go to anybody for help or support, I didn't believe in myself whatsoever, I was scared to walk into the gym to get a gym membership, like all of those things. Rock fucking bottom. My body was completely numb some days. I had to get to that place in order to start seeing this version of myself. But the thing is that when I was in that dark place, I think you can attest to this. I didn't complain to you. I didn't really talk to you about it. Nobody really knew I was going through it. But I did the action and I did the things every single fucking day to get out of that. And now that's my constant reminder of I never want to get back to my lowest day. So what can I do today to make sure that doesn't happen? That's the habits, that's the foundation that we build upon. But I think all bad things lead to great things as long as you put in the work, put attention to it, put focus on it. And so I started to see that version of me that I was just talking about a little bit ago after I started to get out of that slump. But I think the stages of life, moving to North Carolina, getting a new job at that company, being successful there, moving into a house instead of an apartment, like all those things were more fertilizer and water onto that seed that was being planted, that was being watered to get to the point that I'm at right now. And what is that, 6 years ago? Something like that. So like it takes time. But again, along that way, I was gaining the confidence. I was believing but there's just a different level of it right now. And I have to make sure that I remember, like, I don't ever want to go back to renting. I want to continue to own. So if I want to continue to own and I want to fill this place with kids and this and decorate and all that stuff, I got to work harder, bro.
That's what I was going to say. It's not about avoiding rock bottom anymore. This is your baseline.
Yeah.
This is where you are now. Like, me and Mandy literally had this conversation last night, dude. We were watching a movie, and it's basically like, it's like a love triangle. Like, one dude is rich. She likes the lifestyle that she could have, but the other dude is like a dude that she's dated, poor, but he's working his ass off. Like, she sees potential in him. And it's like, this dude just needed her to bring him up. And like, once you're up though, you don't want to go back down from here. So once you elevate again, it's going to be the same thing, man. And it's like, sometimes you need those people in your life to bring you up out of a place. But I was telling her, like, before we got together, when I first moved here, dude, I was very comfortable in a much lower level life. I didn't even have a job. I had a job. I didn't have a career. I was serving.
Yep.
And like, I was getting by, but I was happy as hell. Like, I had no complaints. But then it's like, you up to another level of life, and it's like, okay, well, now I don't want to give up any of these things. And I'm not saying like start living outside of your means and then you got to work to keep it. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. But like, you can find comfortability and then just know, like, this is my baseline now. I flew first class for the first time going to Hawaii, and I was like, how do people do this and then go back to the back of the plane?
It's different when they come up, Mr. Thacker, what would you like to drink?
Yeah.
You're like, mimosa, please.
Yeah, and it's not like, do you want this water or this Coke Zero?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want to eat? You can have all the snacks if you want them.
Yep. Yeah. And I mean, it's spot on because again, like, we didn't move into this house and be like, all right, we're content now. Because again, now there's projects and people are like, you just moved into the house, don't do projects. It's like, well, that's the whole point of it. Yeah, it's a brand new home. It's laid out the way we want it, but like, we want to do this, we want to do that. We want to make it us. And so it's even that, like, we moved in here knowing like, hey, this is going to be a new challenge, a new journey, a new whatever. We've never been through it. But again, like, yes, this new baseline is met where we got the home, and we are going to enjoy the hell out of it. We're going to make memories and moments in here. We're going to make it our place. But like you said, we're going to continue to elevate. We're going to continue to want more. And that's just because that's the life that we want. And that's what keeps us going and striving. It's like, all right, if I want to do this, this, and this, and I know I got to do X, Y, and Z. And so I think as you like continue to grow and develop and get the things that you have, as long as you continue to appreciate all of this stuff and not get it and then be like, well, I want the next thing now and I want the next thing. Like, take time to enjoy the journey. But like you said, fucking keep going after those goals, keep striving, because everything that you do is just leading down the path of where you want to go. And when you were talking about Mandy, like bringing you up and leveling you out to like get a new, like, dude, I'm seeing it firsthand right now with somebody in my life. Have somebody great around them. They're starting to do things differently, act differently, move differently, all of this stuff. And I'm like, yes, I fucking love to see this, because if you're around 5 smokers, you're going to be the 6. If you're around 5 depressed people, you're going to be the 6. If you're around 5 criminals, you'll probably be the 6. Like, you really are a product of your environment. And so all of this stuff could not have happened if I had shitty friends around me, if I had shitty family around me. The only reason this stuff is happening is because there's people around me that are pushing me in the direction that I want to go. Granted, everybody doesn't have that. And there are many fronts of our life that we live that our friends aren't going after or aren't doing, which is fine because they're going after their own things. But how bad do you want it? If you want it bad enough, you'll do that journey, whether it's just you or you have a team behind you of things like that. So I try and pull in the energy of people around me, but then I also foster that to go down this dark path by myself with you to try and reach and achieve new heights. And again, like, some journeys take longer than others, but if you are fucking diligent and you put the work in and you continue to elevate, I truly believe that anything and everything is possible in this life.
Yeah, for sure. Congrats.
Thank you.
Happy for you. But sometimes you need to be humbled, and we don't have a lot of time today. So let's talk about this possum.
Oh, the fucking possum, dude. Let me get a swig of coffee for this one.
I've been waiting for this story for weeks.
The possum. Wow, I got to tell this story in like 8 minutes. So we had our fantasy group go out to Nashville this year so that way people could pay their debts. Nomis had to be a caddy to Zach, which he absolutely failed at, was jumping down the back of the cart way more, did not carry the clubs.
I will still
once.
say I think that is worse than the last place loser.
Yeah. But he's not a big golfer, so like he really could have like executed that. He went with the wrong group. He went with a serious group of golfers that are actually good. He should have been in my group, and we would have fucking been throwing in beers and just having a time. If you care about putting in work, whether it is crushing workouts, staying sharp during long days, or just doing right by your body, First Form gets it. First Form isn't about the hype. They build on quality, stand by service, and measure everything by real-world results. Their lineup covers it all. Top-tier protein powders, clean pre-workouts, vitamins, green support, and energy drinks. Even apparel for lifestyle. My go-to, their flagship protein and their clean energy drink. Perfect for after a tough session or to get dialed in for a long day. The energy drink drops 200 milligrams of natural caffeine from green tea, has 0 sugar, electrolytes, and nootropics for focus, all without the crash of traditional energy drinks. So if you're done settling for mediocre supplements, if you want stuff that's built on intention, integrity, and performance in mind, check out First Form. Head over to firstform.com/DTI to browse their full stack and see what fits your goals. All right, let's get back to the show.
If you care about staying sharp, energized, and ready to perform, Ketone IQ might be for you. Ketone IQ delivers clean, stable energy without a crash. Unlike caffeine-heavy picks, Ketone IQ uses exogenous ketones that raise your levels, giving your body and brain a different kind of fuel. What that means for you is sharper focus on early morning runs, better mental clarity when you're working or grinding through long days, and sustained energy without the jitters or sugar crash. If you want to try it out, head over to KetoneIQ.com and use code Dylan30 at checkout. You'll get 30% off your order. Back to the show.
So yeah, we're in Nashville, staying at this beautiful Airbnb, dude. You walk up to it, it looks like a little ranch home. You get inside of it, it feels like a fucking mansion. It goes farther than the eye can see back. Like, I'm not joking. It is so far back. There's rooms to the left. There's an upstairs with rooms up there. Beautiful. Newly renovated. I'm like, oh, we got a spot. You go out in the backyard. There's cornhole. There's bocce ball or whatever it's called. There's a pool. There's a gazebo, a hot tub. I'm like, dude, we're living this weekend. So we get there on Thursday. I get in after like 5 of them get in, drop my bags, change, crack the fridge open, chug a beer on camera, send it to the boys that I'm on my way, get to Nashville, Jason Aldean's, meet up with the 5 boys. Oh, what's up? What's up? Get a beer. We're having a great time. And then the rest of the boys come in. 2 of them got there the latest. So once they got there, we went home and we just hung out at the Airbnb, went to bed. Great night. Wake up the next day. It's like, cool. The boys are going golfing. We're going to have us a fucking time, baby. So we went golfing. Beautiful time. Ended up going out on Broadway that night with everybody. We got back pretty late. I think it was around like 1 or 2 in the morning, something like that. And so then naturally we hung out for a little bit and then we went to bed. And this is where my life changed and not for the better. So I am sleeping next to Ray because 2 guys per king bed. There may have even been more open space. Who knows for how big this place was. But I sleep on my stomach with my arms over my pillow and I kind of like hug it.
That's how I sleep.
And so, dude, 2 o'clock in the morning, your boy is in a deep sleep because he had some help. You know what I'm saying? And I already sleep deep as it is. So we'll give the time right now. It's about 5 o'clock. So I got about 3 hours of sleep. And I'm in that stage of sleep where like I have to go pee, but like I don't want to get up so I can fight through it. So like I kind of knew that was there. So I was like a little bit awake, but like still deep sleeping. So my arms are above my head like this. And all of a sudden I feel something brush my arm. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I look up and I'm like, what the fuck? I jump out of bed. I'm like, Ray, get out of bed. Get out of bed. There's a rat or a possum in our bed. He's like, what the fuck? So I get my camera, and Ray's a big dude. He's like probably 6 something. And he's stockier guy. He flies out of, if he was in the 40-yard dash in the NFL, he would have fucking won, dude. He's like, what? And we're like grown adults in this room. We're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And so
you have a video of this?
No, dude, if we did, we would be famous right now. It would have went viral on all platforms. So I reach over, I grab my phone, turn my light on. I'm like, oh my God, there was a baby fucking possum.
How big? I saw a dead one of those on the trail today.
Yeah, like this big. I'm like, oh my God. And Ray's like, what the fuck? And so he moves my pillow. This thing looks back at us. And then he's like, and he walks behind Ray's pillow. We're like, oh my God, what do we do? What do we do? And Ray's like,
leave the room.
Ray's like, do I call 911? I was like, we can't call 911 for a possum.
You look like bitches.
So then we're standing there still like shivering, jumping up and down. And I was like, he's like, let's get our stuff out of here. I was like, yeah. And I was like, I got your 6. You go get your stuff. And then when I get mine, you get my 6. And he's like, all right. So he goes in and I'm looking around. I'm like, you're good. He grabs his stuff, runs out of there. I go in there, grab my stuff, run out of there. And we close the door and we're just standing out there like, what the fuck do we do, dude? There's a fucking possum in the bed. And so I was like, let me.
Bro, I would have already been on my way home.
So I was like, let me look up animal control. So I looked it up and they were like, we're
I'm
closed.
so dehydrated, I'm getting a cramp from laughing too hard.
So I call Animal Patrol and they're like, sorry, we're not open until 8 o'clock. For emergencies, press 1. And I was like, dude, a possum in a bed can't be an emergency, but like, fuck. And so I was like, I can't call. So then
there's 10 grown men in this Airbnb. How did y'all not get this thing out?
Listen to this. So we're like, fuck. So we put our stuff on the thing, and like our room was off to the side of the kitchen. And then there was like another living area and our room was in there. So there was our door and then there was double doors that would close. So we closed those, closed the other ones, and we're sitting in the living room. And he's like, fuck, I guess we just got to wait until like Matt gets up and we'll contact the Airbnb people. So I was like, yes. So this is now 5:45.
I think I'd have woke him up.
And we finally sit down. He's on the couch. I'm on the chair. We're watching a movie, F1. And I would try and close my eyes because, again, I'm on 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, no way I'm sleeping after that.
Every time I close my eyes, I would just see. I'm like, ah. So I couldn't fall back asleep. Our buddy Luke wakes up at like 6 o'clock. And I'm like, Luke, there was a fucking possum in our bed. And he walks out like in his boxers. He's like, where's the Advil? And I was like, I don't fucking know. So he goes and grabs the Advil. He's like, that's crazy. And he goes to bed. I was like, fuck you, Luke. So
that's a horrible reaction.
And so, well, he was so hungover and like his head hurt so bad. So he goes back to bed. So then the next wave of people wake up around like 7:30 or something like that. And they come down and we start telling this story. And everybody is like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah. So Matt reaches out to Airbnb like, hey, there's a fucking possum in our room. Can you send somebody here to get it out? And the people were like, send us a picture and then we will. And I told Matt, I was like, text back, get fucked. There's a possum in the room. And so they were like, all right, we'll send somebody out.
Send a picture.
They didn't come until 2:30 in the afternoon. To me, that like, if I was Matt, I would have fought that to get our money back. There is a live rodent, not like a mouse. A fucking possum in the house. Give me my money back or I am plastering reviews.
In the middle of the night. It's not like you guys walked in the afternoon and saw it and said, oh shit, and shut the door.
So this dude comes over to set a trap and he's like looking in as well. And he's like, oh my God, like, I don't know how to deal with this. This is the first time. So he's got a fucking cage and he's got like bait for it. And he's like, all right, well, if I need anything, I'll come out back. I was like, all right, come and grab a beer once you're done with us. We're in the back just hanging out.
What are you going to need, brother? You need backup?
I don't know. And so we go in there and he's got the room completely flipped upside down. The fucking mattress is up. Things are moved off across the wall. He's like, boys, I can't fucking find this thing. I was like, what do you mean you can't find it? There's no way. The crack of the door was like that. I was like, there's no way.
There had to be like a hole or something in the wall or in the closet. Like it had to be sneak in and out.
And he looked at us. He was like, you boys take Molly? And I was like, did we take Molly? He's like, I'm just fucking with you. He's like, I just deal with drunk people all the time. So I figured you guys might have like just seen something that you didn't see. And I was like, dude, I promise there was a fucking possum in this bed.
You guys
And
take
he goes, no, I know there is. He's like, look, you can see like droppings all over the place. He goes, if those droppings weren't there, I would have left 10 minutes ago. And I was like, no, the fuck you wouldn't have. Like, you would have done something. So he's like, well, all I can do right now is set the trap and then hopefully we catch it. I was like, okay.
So where'd you sleep for the rest of the trip?
So I slept upstairs in Matt's pull-out couch bed. And, dude, I would lay on my back, and that's how I would sleep. And I would notice that my mouth would start opening, and I'm like, it could crawl in my mouth. And then I would crawl over on my side, and I'd be like, is it above me? Like, it was awful. So finally we fucking left. But, yeah, that's the long-awaited possum story. The Airbnb sent us back $500, and then Matt took that $500 and split it amongst everybody. And then he texted everybody and was like, hey, can you each actually send 25 each to Ray and Freddy? They're the victims. They should get it.
Victims.
Nobody sent it. Not a single fucking person sent it. I was like, fuck y'all.
What's funny is that I talked to Nomis last week, and he told me that. He told me all that happened, but neglected to tell me that he didn't send you the money.
Yeah. Fuck you, Nomis.
Oh, that's great, dude.
Yeah. So I hope you guys got a good laugh out of that because that was traumatic for me. And I don't even think we need an outro on this one. So when we film next, the studio will be more put together.
Hopefully.
But yeah, and if not, we're going to keep documenting instead of creating. Or creating instead. What was?
That was right.
Yeah.
First one.
So thanks for tuning in. Have the desire to inspire. I fucking hate possums. Literally, they're one of my biggest. I hate them. They're the biggest fear, nightmare, whatever. And the fact that I woke up with one that touched my arm, I literally looked up, do I need to go to the hospital if a possum rubbed up against me? Google told me, no, if a possum rubs up against you, it means that he's comfortable with you. He loves you. And I was like, fuck, I never wanted to punch a phone so bad in my life. So hopefully you guys had a better time than I did in Nashville. Go and live your best life, baby. Have the desire to inspire. That's all. It's on.
Peace.